And the Lord appeared to Solomon by night and said to him, I have heard your prayer, and I have chosen this place to myself for a house of sacrifice. If I shut up heaven, that there be no rain, or if I command the locust to devour the land, or if I send a plague among my people, and if my people upon whom my name is called shall humble themselves and pray, and seek my face, and turn from their evil ways, then I will hear from heaven, and will forgive their sin, and will heal their land. Now my eyes shall be open, and my ears attent to the prayer that is made in this place.
Amen. This portion of this week is a double portion, and we ended our second book, Shemot. It's a book of Exodus. Interestingly enough, the name of these two books, it has an idea about how important for the Creator we are. The first one is Vayakhel, from the word kahal, to assemble. We have kahal Israel, and we have Kehillah, Shear, Yashuv, our congregation. And it's to be all together, not congregating ourselves and call to the attention. It's also start with the Shabbat. Interestingly enough, all of us now, we are in our homes, and because of this pandemic situation that we are suffering right now, the COVID-19, the enemy now of all humanity. And we can see that even that is a very bad thing that's happening to all the world. At least it's bringing something special. It's bringing us all together. And sometimes, being at home, many mothers are going to learn to be mothers again. Many fathers are going to learn to be fathers again. And many of us, we are going to learn to have family or to be together. And you would say, what about those who are by themselves? But they are going to learn that we have an assembly, we have a Mishkan. And what we have right now is a virtual Mishkan, that all of us, we are covered all over the world. Let me say this in Spanish for my friend Jesús. Lo que estamos diciendo es que esta semana tenemos algo especial en este parashá, y es acerca del Mishkan, es la cobertura, y es una cobertura virtual para todos nosotros donde estemos. One of the things that I was praying, I was asking the Creator to show me certain things. I just asked Peggy to read the Second Chronicles, chapter 7, from 12 to 15, about, and this is the time on Shlomo HaMelech, King Solomon, prayer to the Creator about building the Mishkan, the temple, the Beit Mishkan. No? And this is something that all of us, we need to understand about the Shabbat. The Shabbat is to cover all of us. I always say the Shabbat is not for the Lord. The Shabbat is for us. There is a saying among the sages that it's not that the people who keep the Shabbat, but it's the Shabbat who keeps Israel and keeps his people. And sometimes we have a misunderstanding about what really the Shabbat is all about. And we think a Shabbat is only a place in which we bow ourselves and we pray and that's it. But the Shabbat is oneg. It's something that is a joyful, it's a wonderful time. It's a family time. It's a mishpacha. At the end, I'm going to have a prayer for all of us, for the people who are sick, for recovering. But I'm going to start with Kahal Israel, then I'm going to say Kehillah, Shear Yashuv, I'm going to say mishpocha, families, and haber, children. And I'm going to end it with for all the world, beolam. And what we are trying to tell you is those ones that we keep the Shabbat are the coverings too for all the people who are not covered. And I want that you feel and you have a sense of importance that you have in your life, in your family, and in your neighborhood, in the area that you live. You are very special for the Creator. Then I know that there are difficult times. I know that we are being segregated. We know that we're going through times that we do not know. But if we trust in the Creator, one of the things that we need to avoid is panic. You know, everybody call it a pandemic situation. I call it a pandemic situation because we are more afraid than we need to be if we really trust in the Creator and we follow the rules that are given to us by the people who know exactly what is the best for us. You know, we don't need to be disobedient. We need to follow and we need to be careful during this time. You know, we are learning very fast about this type of disease. And this pandemic situation, it's very fast. The world is getting together for the first time. Believe me or not, after so many years, most of the nations, they're not talking about war. They're not talking about disliking each other, but they're trying to say how we help each other. Well, everything has a reason. When the Creator is in charge, He sends us message from heaven, from high places. And He sends us those messages in order to make us aware our own situation. And yes, we have failed Him. And will be easy for me to talk about others. But we need to talk about ourselves. And you will say, but I have not failed the Creator, or I am faithful, or I am not doing anything wrong. You know, and that's not the issue about to trying to measure you or measure ourselves or myself if I am good or I am bad. It is sometimes maybe we have been too slow in acting. Maybe we have been too soft in attitude in certain things. When we needed to talk, we didn't talk. When we needed to say something, we didn't say it. You know, for the sake of peace and for the sake of something. And sometimes the Creator brings to us the need to speak out. Now, all of us, we are Or Legoyim, light to the world. Believe me or not, each one of you is a little lamp. You know, a little lamp that is, wherever you are going to illuminate. Because your sense of not only community, but your sense of responsibility to each other is going to help and to see you and your family together. It's my prayer at this time, in this situation that we are, that we do not go in despair, that we are not scared about everything, but totally the contrary. We need to stand up and we need to keep on. I know right now, because I have heard from many people about situations, especially financial situations, how I'm going to pay my mortgage, or how I'm going to pay my rent, or how I'm going to get this and how I'm going to get that. Let's be together and let's talk to each other. And when we have the need, let's see how we can do to each other. That is the reason that we are community, wherever we are. We can intercede, we can call some people, we can call other areas, whatever it is, we are together. We are not alone. Let's start sharing our situation. If you have some fears, share your fears. And you're going to see that when we are all together and we share each other, we are going to diminish this oppression that we have. You know, I like this statement. It's God is with us. Who can be against us? You know, and we are not alone. We have this covenant. And these two portions, Vayakhel and Pekudei, talks about to be congregated and to be counted the right way. You know, that we spend our things in the right way, that we don't misuse what the Creator has given to us, and that we can proportionally, we can help each other. This is why Moshe Rabbeinu in Pekudei, after all the things that he received with willing heart by the people, you know, he wanted to be sure that everything that he received was counted and was used, and he never kept anything. You know? How far away from our leaders today? You know, we have in many nations, we have leaders that they come and they become rich. Yeah? They become all powerful. And they come with nothing and they live multimillionaires. And you ask yourself how they did it, you know, in such a short time. And there are leaders that don't even want to leave the leadership because it's more convenient to be in that position. We need to be in the place that the Creator has called us. In this portion, there are several principles that are very they are very good for today. You know, one of those is he brings Bezalel and Oholiab, two skillful men, full of wisdom, full of knowledge, full of intelligence. And Oholiab had a know-how. He know how to use his hands. And Bezalel is the one that is going to supervise and to lead the work. But no one in Israel was left out. Everybody participated in bringing the Mishkan to fruition. And this is so important to understand, because each one of you is very, very important, especially at this time when we think that we are alone, and we are not. We are really protected by His presence. We read just in 2 Chronicles. And now I'm going to ask Peggy Pardo to read Psalm 91. In that way, I want that you see about the promise of the Creator to His people. When you're ready, Peggy, let me know. Okay.
O you who dwell in the covert of the Most High and abide in the shadow of the Almighty, I will say of the Lord, who is my refuge and my fortress, my God in whom I trust, that He will deliver you from the snare of the fowler and from the noisome pestilence or plague. He will cover you with His wings, and under His wings will you take refuge. His truth is a shield and a buckler. You will not be afraid of the terror by night, nor of the arrow that flies by day, of the plague that walks in darkness, nor of the destruction that wastes at noonday. 1,000 may fall at your side, and 10,000 at your right hand, but it shall not come near you. Only your eyes will you see, and see the recompense of the wicked. For you have made the Lord, who is my refuge, even the Most High, your dwelling. There shall be no evil that shall befall you, nor shall any plague come near your house. For He will give His angels charge over you, to keep you in all your ways. They shall bear you upon their hands, lest you hit your foot against a stone. You shall tread upon the lion and the snake, the young lion and the serpent shall you trample under your feet. Because he has set his love upon me, therefore will I deliver him, and I will set him on high, because he has known my name. He will call upon me, and I will answer him. I will be with him in trouble. I will rescue him and bring him to honor. With long life will I satisfy him and make him behold my salvation.
Vayakhel Yeshuat.
Amen.
And this is why at this time we need to have the assurance that we are with in him and he is with us and he is covering us and he is our Mishkan for all of us. And in this virtual Mishkan that we are covered right now, all of us, we are one community and we are one people. The important thing that now, until the time that this land will be healed, we have a responsibility. And the responsibility, as we read in 2 Chronicles chapter 7, is we acknowledge and we humble ourselves before him, and we acknowledge our own faults. We are going to lift up our voices all together, and he will listen, and he will heal us, heal the land. And the first thing that I can see right now is I hear the news about Israel very close to me. And I know that the people in Israel are suffering. But at the end, what they are doing is that they're coming together too, more than ever. Even the two parties that were fighting against each other, they have decided to join. And that is something that will be incredible if we were in regular times. Only when the times are like this is when we look for each other. May the Lord bless this time to make us aware of his presence, and to those who deny him, to come to an understanding there is something greater than all of us. We are in a very special situation because we have the hope. Then please do not fall in the temptation of the panic and there is no a way out. There is always the Creator takes care of his people. And I had friends, survivors of the Shoah, and many of them say that this is nothing in comparison to what they went through, and sometimes we make it bigger than what it is. Sometimes the news are not helping anything, and they are more destructive and negative than what is true. Let's try to keep ourselves together and talking to each other, and to be sure that we have some kind of communication. This format that we have right now, I wish that we can use it meanwhile we cannot be together, but also we can use it during the week. Many of us, maybe we can make later on decided to make some kind of a schedule in which one day we meet in one language, one day we meet in another language, and things like that. That will help us, to all of us. It's important that we participate. Do not distanciate from each other. Okay? Please, let's keep in touch. Let's keep communicating. This is very important. Now, I finish with this because I don't have more to say to you than only that we are under the covering of the Creator. And this is for all of us wherever we are. Estamos bajo la cubierta del Eterno donde estemos. Andrés, you can continue.